He says, likewise, this is Peter writing, you wives be submissive to your own husbands, that even if some do not obey the word, they without the word may be won by the conduct of their wives. Notice what Peter said. You don't preach to your husband. You don't nag your husband to death. You live the life of Christ in their lives, and they will see it. What kind of a conduct do you have as a wife? What is your behavior like? You see, it's important because so many times we can get carried away nagging people to death, and we can do all these little tracks and little notes and everything else. And you know what? The worst thing, and I know it's hard, women, but the worst thing a husband hates is when he has to come home to a wife that looks like she's been sucking on lemons all day long. Seriously. Comes to the door and, and then begins to nag and complain and this and that, and the husband goes crazy, It's monotonous. It can really get to you, believe me. Listen to what it says in verse 2. He says, when they observe your chaste conduct. Now notice your husband is watching you. And what is he seeing? Is he watching a chaste conduct accompanied by fear? That you really fear God? Do not let your beauty be the outward adoring of arranging of the hair, wearing of gold, and putting on of fine apparel. Notice what he says there. He says there's nothing wrong with wearing earrings and makeup. And let me say, you need makeup, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. But what he's saying is that it's not the outward, it's the inward, the heart. Okay, the heart. Okay? He talks about this. Because a lot of women try to impress their husband by putting all this stuff on, and here I am, And that's not it. That's not even it. You wanna surprise your husband? You want to impress your husband that is not obeying the word of the Lord? Hey, listen to what Peter says. Conduct. Not the way you dress. Not what you say. Listen, verse 4. But let it be the hidden person of the heart with the incorruptible ornament of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is very precious in the sight of God. Pretty heavy stuff. Notice what the Word of God says, not what I say, okay? It says that the wife is to be submissive to the lordship of Jesus Christ and to her husband with a meek and quiet spirit, which is very precious in the eyes of the Lord, and to be very gentle with your husbands. You know what happens when a wife is tough? The husband gets tougher. And who's going to win the battle? That's what it is about. Okay, who's going to throw the last blow? The problem is not who's going to win the battle. Who's going to lose the war? Who's going to give up first? Who's going to submit? See, a lot of husbands are too proud. They don't want to submit. And if you as a wife submit to this creep that is giving you a bad time, and he doesn't want to change, let me tell you the best thing, lay him on the altar, man, and let God have him. And I promise you that God will change that person.